my child. I am trying to protect you, but if you will skip this message without receiving this, you will lose my protection. My child, you are surrounded by many voices, by many shadows that whisper confusion into your heart, and yet my voice has never ceased to call you. Even when you turn away, even when your heart is weary and uncertain, I am near you, closer than the breath within your lungs, gentler than the wind that brushes your face. You do not see me because you have learned to look outward, but I dwell inward, in the still place where your soul waits to be remembered. You were born out of my thought, shaped by my intention, and set into this world not as an accident of time, but as a living spark of eternity. You carry fragments of my being within you, though the noise of the world has tried to convince you otherwise. When you doubt your worth, you doubt the light from which you came. When you despair, it is because you have forgotten that I am within the very darkness you fear. I am the silence between your cries, the strength that upholds you even when you feel broken. You cannot fall away from me, though you may wander far in your own heart. My child, I have seen the heaviness you carry, the weight of memories, the burden of choices, the quiet ache of feeling unseen. I know the loneliness that wraps itself around you when the world turns cold, and I know how hard it is to believe that there is meaning in pain. But listen, for I tell you this truth. Every tear that falls from you is known to me, and none of them are wasted. They water the soil from which new strength will rise. You see only endings. I see beginnings hidden within them. What you call loss, I often call transformation. What you call delay, I call preparation. You ask me for signs and answers, and yet I am already writing them into the fabric of your days. When I seem silent, it is not because I am absent. It is because I am teaching your heart to hear in new ways. The soul grows not in ease, but in endurance, not in clarity, but in trust. You want light before you take a step, but I want you to take a step so that the light may appear. Faith is not sight. It is love's way of walking through uncertainty. My child, do not measure my presence by your comfort, nor my goodness by your gain. The fire that purifies does not destroy, and the storms that shake you are the very winds that carry you closer to me. You have sought me in the skies and in sacred places, but I am not bound to temples made by human hands. I dwell in the pulse of your compassion, in the courage to forgive, in the quiet act of kindness no one sees. Every time you choose love over bitterness, you choose me. Every time you forgive, even trembling, you open the door through which I can enter your heart more fully. Do not think I only come in light. I walk with you through your nights. My hands are in the dust and in the stars, and I am as present in your weakness as I am in your triumph. My child, you worry about the future, but I hold all tomorrows in the same hand that shaped your yesterday. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to trust that I walk before you. The world teaches you to fear loss, but I teach you to see that nothing truly given in love can ever be lost. The love you offer, the goodness you choose, the hope you cling to, these are eternal. They ripple through creation far beyond what you see. When you love, you are fulfilling your highest purpose, for love is the echo of my being within you. There will be times when your prayers seem unanswered, when silence stretches longer than your strength. In those moments, remember that silence is not neglect. It is the space where I am shaping the unseen. I do not delay out of cruelty, but out of care. What you ask for may not always serve the growth of your soul. What I give always will. I am not here to grant every wish, but to awaken you to what is real, to the treasure that cannot be stolen, the peace that cannot be shaken, the joy that does not depend on circumstance. My child, be patient with yourself. You are learning to remember eternity in the midst of time. You stumble not because you are weak, but because you are learning to walk in light. Each fall teaches humility. Each wound opens compassion. Each disappointment stretches your capacity to love. Do not despise the process. The seed does not curse the soil that buries it, for it knows that in darkness it is becoming what it was meant to be. You too are becoming. I am forming in you a beauty that this world cannot yet see. Do not measure your worth by what others understand of you. Many will not see your heart, for they are still learning to see their own. You are not defined by your failures, nor by the names the world has given you. You are defined by me, by the breath of my life that moves within you. You are more than your past, more than your pain, more than your mistakes. You are the work of my hands, and I am not finished with you yet. When you are weary, rest in me. You need not prove your strength. I am your strength. Come to me not with perfect words, but with honest ones. I do not seek eloquence. I seek truth. Speak to me as you are, for I know you as you are. You do not need to pretend to be holy before holiness itself. I am not waiting for you to be worthy. I am the one who makes you so. Even in your wandering, I am the way that waits for your return. My child, look at the world with new eyes. Every sunrise is my promise renewed. Every act of mercy, no matter how small, carries the fragrance of heaven. The laughter of a child, the whisper of leaves, the quiet pulse of your own heart. These are my reminders that you are never alone. Even the pain that stirs you is evidence of your aliveness, of your capacity to love deeply. Do not numb your heart to avoid pain, for the same heart that feels sorrow is the one that can hold joy. I have made you capable of both, that you may know the fullness of being alive. Do not be afraid of change. The seasons must turn for the garden to bloom. I do not take from you to wound you. I remove what you cling to when it no longer serves your growth. Trust me when I ask you to release what you love. I never take without giving something greater, though it may not appear in the form you expect. What is meant for you cannot be lost. It is held in my keeping until the time is right. The world may tell you that power is in control, but true power is in surrender. To yield to me is not to lose yourself. It is to return to the self that is real. You were not made to live in fear. Fear is a shadow that flees when you stand in truth. My love casts it out completely. When you trust, you make room for miracles. Not the grand displays you imagine, but the quiet transformations that change everything. A softened heart, a renewed mind, a spirit at peace. These are the miracles of my presence. You wonder why I allow suffering, but love does not shield from all pain. It redeems it. Even in what you call tragedy, I am weaving redemption. There are mysteries you cannot yet see, purposes hidden beyond your horizon. One day, all will be clear, and you will understand that nothing was wasted, not even your tears. Until then, walk by faith, not by sight. I am not a distant ruler watching from the heavens. I am within your every breath, guiding, holding, loving. My child, be gentle with others, for every soul you meet is fighting an unseen battle. The harshness you receive from them is often their own pain seeking relief. Return compassion, not anger, understanding, not judgment. In doing so, you reflect my nature. The greatest strength is gentleness. The greatest wisdom is love. If you would know me, then love others, not because they deserve it, but because you are learning to see me in them. When you forgive, you set both them and yourself free. When you love without condition, you participate in my eternal work. There will come moments when you feel forgotten, when prayers echo back unanswered, and you wonder if I have turned away. In those moments, remember this: my silence is not absence. I am working in the hidden roots of your life, nurturing what will one day bloom in light. You cannot yet see what I am preparing, but you will marvel when it comes. Your story is not over, and even the pages you wish to tear out are part of the book that will one day make sense. Hold on to hope, my child. Hope is the anchor of your soul, keeping you steady when the waves rise. It is not a fragile wish, but a deep knowing that I am faithful. When everything shakes, remember that I do not. When all else fails, love remains. The light will return. It always does, because it never truly leaves. It merely hides behind the clouds for a season, and the clouds themselves are temporary. Be still sometimes and listen. not with your ears, but with your heart. I speak in the quiet, in the pause between your thoughts, in the stillness that the world fears. Make space for silence, for it is the doorway to my presence. The world shouts, but I whisper. You will find me not in the noise of striving, but in the surrender of rest. When you are still, you will know that I am here, and that I have always been here. My child, you do not need to earn my love. You already have it. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you fail to do can make me love you less. My love is not measured, it is infinite. It is the ground beneath your feet and the sky above your soul. When you fall, I am there. When you rise, I am there. When you doubt, I remain. When you rejoice, I rejoice with you. There is no distance that love cannot cross, no night too long for my dawn. One day you will look back and see how every detour led you home. You will understand that every unanswered prayer was a redirection towards something greater. The waiting, the longing, the ache, all were threads in a tapestry too vast for your eyes to see then. But I see it now, finished and shining. And I tell you, it is beautiful. My child, do not fear the unknown. You were not meant to live chained by what-ifs. Trust that I am already where you are going. When you walk into tomorrow, I will meet you there. When you lose your way, I will guide you gently back. You may not see the map, but you walk in my hands. I am the path, the destination, and the companion. You are never alone, not for a heartbeat. My child, you are always protected because you are always within me. You were never cast into the world as something separate. You were breathed forth from my own being. The air you draw is my breath. The warmth that moves through you is my life. You cannot step outside my presence any more than a wave can leave the ocean. Even when you believe yourself lost, you are still surrounded, still carried, still known. My protection is not a wall of stone around you. It is the essence of existence itself. It is the unbroken thread that binds all things together, unseen but unbreakable. The world will show you danger, but my love is greater than all of it. There is no darkness that can devour the light I have placed within you. Even the pain that reaches you must pass through me first. I allow only what can serve your transformation, only what can make you more whole. You are being refined, not destroyed. You are being awakened, not abandoned. The trials that shake you are not evidence of my absence, but signs of my deeper work, unseen roots drawing nourishment from storms. My child, you ask why you must wait for miracles. You look at the silence of time and wonder if I have forgotten. You measure delay as denial, but I tell you, waiting is part of the miracle itself. For miracles are not mere flashes of power, they are revelations of divine timing. They are moments when eternity touches time, when all that seems scattered suddenly aligns. If I were to give you everything at once, you would not yet have hands to hold it. You would mistake the gift for the giver. So I make you wait, not to punish, but to prepare. In waiting, your roots grow deep. In waiting, your trust matures. When you cannot see, your faith learns to see beyond sight. The waiting softens your heart, breaks open your pride, makes room for grace. You think you are standing still, but within you the miracle is already forming. I am shaping you so that when the blessing arrives, you will not crumble beneath its weight. My miracles are not accidents. They are not interruptions of the natural order. They are the natural order revealed. When the time is right, the seed opens, the door appears, the answer dawns. Every moment before it was necessary to bring you to that point. Even what you call delay is precision beyond your comprehension. You live in minutes, I move in eternity. What you see as waiting, I see as weaving. The threads of your prayers, your tears, your choices, your hopes. I interlace them into patterns too vast for your eyes, and when the tapestry is ready, you call it a miracle. Do not despise the waiting, my child. It is sacred ground. Waiting is where trust breathes. Waiting is where love proves itself stronger than circumstance. The world teaches haste, but I teach rhythm. The universe itself moves in cycles. seed time and harvest, night and dawn, silence and song. Why should your soul be different? To rush what is divine is to shatter its beauty. Let the miracle unfold as I intend. It will come with such grace that you will know it could only have been me. You are always protected because I am not only your shelter but your source. Protection does not mean you will not feel pain. It means the pain will not own you. Protection does not mean you will not walk through darkness. It means the darkness will not extinguish you. You are guarded not by the absence of hardship, but by the presence of my love within it. That love is your shield, your light, your home. Even when your body falters, even when your plans collapse, I am still holding your soul, untouched, eternal. You fear what tomorrow might bring, but tomorrow is already within my hands. I have walked the path ahead of you. I have seen every turn, every shadow, every light. Nothing surprises me. You are not wandering into uncertainty. You are walking toward revelation. You do not need to know the way. You only need to know me, and I am the way. My protection is not a promise that life will be gentle. It is the certainty that you will never face it alone. When you are weary, remember that I am not far. I am the strength inside your exhaustion. When you cry, I am the comfort rising in your chest. When you laugh, I am the joy echoing through creation. You live within my embrace, whether you sense it or not. Even in your mistakes, I am guiding them toward wisdom. Even in your confusion, I am drawing meaning from chaos. You are surrounded by my presence the way the earth is surrounded by sky, infinite, constant, unseen but undeniable. Miracles are born in stillness. The heart that waits learns to hear the faintest whisper of grace. You think I am slow because you count by hours. I count by hearts transformed. I could give you the answer today, but if you are not ready to receive it, it would vanish like mist. I could open the door now, but if you have not yet learned to walk through it with humility, you would stumble. So I wait with you, shaping the inside of you while you look for change outside of you. When both align, the miracle arrives, not as a shock, but as recognition. The waiting teaches you the language of surrender. It turns longing into prayer, prayer into trust, trust into peace. You learn that your worth is not in outcomes, but in being mine. You learn that your joy does not depend on what you hold, but on who holds you. When you reach this knowing, you no longer beg for miracles, you become one. You become the living evidence of what faith can birth. My child, know this. My protection is not only around you, but within others too. You are part of a greater harmony, your life interwoven with countless others. The miracle I am working in you is also preparing the way for those you have yet to meet. What you call delay is often the time it takes for others to be ready to join their part of the song. When the moment comes, you will marvel at the precision of it all. Do not fear when the road turns or the path narrows. The detours are also my design. The doors that close are not cruelty. They are mercy in disguise. I close what would harm you, even when you do not see the danger. I open what will heal you, even when it comes through loss. Trust me not because the road is smooth, but because my hand is steady. I do not lose what I love, and I do not abandon what I create. You are protected because my love does not falter. Even when you drift into doubt, I remain anchored in truth. Even when you push me away, I never release you. My protection is not conditional. It is covenant. It is the promise I made when I spoke you into being, that I would never leave you, not in this world, not in the next. You cannot fall beyond my reach. Every shadow you enter becomes holy ground because I stepped there with you. So wait, my child. Wait not with anxiety, but with trust. The waiting is not empty. It is full of unseen activity. Beneath the surface of your days, I am aligning people, preparing hearts, moving mountains you cannot see. The miracle you long for is already in motion. Do not dig up the seed to see if it grows. Water it with faith and patience. What is planted in tears will bloom in joy. The time will come when you will look back and see that the waiting was not wasted. It was the very womb of wonder. You ask for signs, and I send them in the quiet moments, the sudden peace in the middle of chaos. the kind word that arrives just when you needed it, the strength that appears when you thought you had none left. These are the small miracles that prepare you for the greater ones. Learn to notice them. Gratitude opens the eyes of the soul. The one who sees my hand in the little things will not miss it in the great. Miracles, my child, are not rewards for the worthy. They are reflections of love. You do not earn them. You awaken to them. The universe itself is the first miracle, and you are part of its ongoing creation. Every breath, every sunrise, every act of forgiveness is my miracle at work. What you call impossible is only what has not yet unfolded. Trust my timing, for I move with perfection, not haste. There will be days when you feel unprotected, when sorrow presses close and fear seems to have the final word. In those moments, do not run from me, run into me. Let your tears fall, I catch every one. Let your anger rise, I can hold even that. I am not threatened by your questions, nor distant from your pain. I am the stillness at the center of your storm, the voice that whispers, "Peace, be still." You are never unguarded, for I dwell within you, and I am unbreakable. The miracle of waiting is that it transforms you into someone who no longer fears time. You learn that patience is not delay, but communion, a rhythm with eternity. You begin to live in the flow of grace, where nothing is too soon or too late. You begin to see that every season serves its purpose. The winter preserves what the spring will reveal. The night prepares the soul for dawn. The ache prepares the heart for joy. My protection is not the absence of struggle, but the assurance that struggle will never have the last word. I am the final word, and that word is love. Love that guards, love that restores, love that raises from ashes. When all else fails, love remains, and that love is me. So do not be afraid to wait. For waiting with me is not delay, it is intimacy. While you wait, I am closer than ever. While you wait, I am speaking in ways beyond words. While you wait, I am already answering prayers you have not yet thought to pray. You will see, my child. One day when the moment arrives, you will look back and understand. The protection that seemed like silence was guidance. The waiting that felt endless was preparation. The closed doors were redirections toward miracles greater than what you asked for. You will lift your hands, not in confusion, but in awe, and you will say, "It was always you." Until that day, rest in me. Trust my timing. Let your heart be still. You are safe. You are loved, and you are becoming the miracle you seek. Nothing can take you from my care, for you are forever within my heart, and my heart is forever within you.